Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first video, hi, I'm Alaina, and this is The Organized Money, where we talk about planning life and managing money. Today's video is going to be on how to use your planner more consistently. So we have talked about this topic before. It is one of my most popular videos, so if you didn't see that video, make sure that you check that one out. This is basically a part 2 to that video because I have some additional things that I want you to think about that may help you with using your planner on a more consistent basis. I really feel like a lot of times we will put ourselves in a box when it comes to our planner. We feel like it has to be a certain way. So I'm hoping that these tips will help you expand your mind and start thinking a little bit outside of the box. So let's go ahead and get started. My first tip on how to help you use your planner more consistently is don't be afraid to switch it up. So you guys know that when you come over to my channel, a lot of times I will switch out my cover. I switch from the black to the brown cover a lot. I also change the inside. I will change my tabs. Sometimes I have side tabs. Sometimes I have top tabs. Sometimes I will even switch out my sections. You guys know that in my personal section, I have switched this around so many times. I have made it a to-do list. I have tried to break it down into sections. I have used it for home care. But the point is I let myself experiment. I'm experimenting with my style, my layout, my covers. And I even try different techniques in my planner like color blocking. And this is all to make sure that my planner stays fresh and that I am consistently loving my setup. You can't think that as soon as you put your planner together, as soon as you have set it up at the beginning of the year, that you are no longer allowed to make any changes to it. Make changes as you need to, change your layout, do whatever you need to do to make sure that you stay excited and motivated to actually open and use your planner. My second tip is to make sure your planner has a consistent method for capturing new information that you receive throughout the course of your day. So I want you to think about it. You receive new information daily. It could be a phone call which you learn about an appointment, a meeting where you get new work tasks that you need to complete, or an idea for a project that you're working on, and you need a way of capturing all of that information. I've realized that most people don't use their planner because they don't use their planner as their main source of capturing new information that they receive throughout the course of their day. So instead of having a sheet or a note section within their planner where they can capture this information, they will jot it down on a sticky note or write it on the back of an envelope that they have, which means that information never gets into their planner and it usually gets lost. So even if you have a full section in your planner where you are having everything be super pretty and color coded and you are planning everything out here, you also want to have an area where you can just jot down random pieces of information where everything doesn't have to be so neat and organized. For me, that is my daily section. You guys know I will have a daily section where I can just kind of jot down notes throughout the course of my day. I will scribble scratch all throughout this section of my planner, and it's okay because I just get rid of these sheets whenever I am done with them. I also have my mini planner, and I shared this with you in the video from last Friday, I believe. I will link it above if you wanted to catch that one. But I have a section in here which is kind of like my commonplace section. I am able to just jot down any notes from any meetings or anything that is going on. So having these two sections, this one, if I just don't have a lot of space where I am and I need to just hurry up and pick something up and write something down, I will grab this. It's just much lighter and much more portable. But I also have this if I am sitting at my desk and I do have an idea of something that comes across my mind that I want to jot down, and I can jot it down here as well. So I have two places where I can just kind of brain dump and get something out of my head or be able to capture information quickly. You want to have a place in your planner where you're able to capture information as quickly as possible. And then if you want to make it neat later on, you can always transfer that information over later on when you have more time to make it pretty. My third tip is to break down your planner categories in a way that it makes sense to you. Many times we use planners the way that we see other people use them, but the way that I divide up my planner may not work for you. Some people use categories like daily, weekly, monthly, to-do lists. Some other people use home, work, church, money. I kind of use a little bit of both. Some people may have one planner, other people have multiple planners. There's really no wrong way to set this up. It just has to make sense to you. So your planner categories have to make sense to you, and you have to be able to easily identify what they mean and be able to get to them quickly. So my categories are, I have my daily section at the very beginning, weekly section is the very next tab, then future, which is anything that's coming up in the future that I need to pre-plan for. Then I have my business planner here, social media, my budget, personal section, which includes home and health, faith section, church, commonplace, and projects and lists and other additional things will go in the very back here. So this makes sense to me. All of these categories I can easily flip through because instantly in my mind they make sense to me. However, you may decide that they don't make sense to you, or you may not need this many categories. It's definitely okay. You just want to make sure that you are organizing your planner in a way that it suits you best. That's the best way to make sure that you're actually going to use it consistently. Tip number 4 is to keep it simple and make it easy. So when you keep things in your planner, let's say if you decide to keep lists in your planner or your routines, you want to keep those things in a place that is easily accessible in your planner. For instance, with my weekly tab is one of the first tabs in my planner. It has my schedule, and this is the tab that I'm going to go to the most, which is why I keep it at the front. If you have grocery lists and routines in your planner, but they are at the very back of your planner, you're making it extremely difficult for you to use your planner on a consistent basis because it's hard for you to get to those. You always have to flip through all of the pages in order to get to the spot that you need to be in. So I recommend that you always keep your planner in the order of what you use the very most, the most frequent section that you use, to the least frequent section. So my schedule and business are at the very front. Then I have social media because that's very closely related to my business. My budget is next. And then the sections that I only refer to once throughout the course of the day, meaning that I don't have to go to them all throughout my day. I only usually go at the beginning and the end of the day, are like my personal, my faith section, and my commonplace section. So those sections are toward the back. With my faith section, I am only looking at this section at the beginning of my day and at the end of my day, and that's when I'm jotting different things down in here. So that's why it's toward the back, because I only need to flip to it once or twice instead of having to flip through it multiple times like the other sections of my planner. So make sure that you are arranging your planner, especially if you have multiple planners like I do, in a way that makes it very easy for you to access different things. And if you are a one planner girl, then I would also suggest that you use inserts or something if you don't take your planner with you, to be able to take pages in and out just in case you decide to leave your planner at home. I do this as well. I will put my grocery list on an insert sheet inside the planner so that if I need to leave, I can just rip out that insert sheet instead of having to take my entire planner with me. So just think of ways where you can keep it simple and make it easy. And tip number 5 is to keep reference information in your planner that you need to access every single day. Your appointments, your daily routine, your grocery list, your meeting notes, all of that should be in your planner. That way you need to reference this information on a daily basis, which means you need to open your planner. And the more information that is in your planner, the more you start to rely on your planner, the more you open it, the more consistent you are with it. So guys, I hope these 5 tips help you stay consistent with your planner. If you have any additional tips, make sure that you leave them in the comments below. I would love to hear from you, and I will see you in my next video. Until then, keep organizing your life so that you can achieve your dreams. Bye guys.